we're right at that point in our culture of understanding that nature connection is not just a walk in the park, right? It isn't just like, oh, I like the sun, I like the wind, I like the birds. There's actually something to this that you need to understand, in the same way that we once thought the world was flat, and then once we realized it was round, everything changed, okay? So Huffington Post out of the UK recently published an article that said nature connection is the next big human trend. I hope it's not a trend. That's kind of like saying rehydrating is the next big human trend, right? It's really like on that order, but it just also shows you how ill-equipped our modern culture is to think about nature connection. So I was talking today in the in-service about this because I've spent 30 years researching this. And I spent 30 years researching it, pulling out elements from various cultural models and applying them to people's children. Yes, I was experimenting with people's children in after-school programs. And what I was doing was basically saying, okay, well, here's very common cultural elements that seem to be really powerful at connecting kids to nature in these different cultures in these different parts of planet Earth. Let me lift those out, shake off the language and oral tradition reference, see if there's anything left, and let me just test it on modern children just to see what happens. And for 30 years I've been doing that. And then I've been training other community leaders who are crazy enough to actually risk playing with this. And now there's 300 communities globally that actually are doing this, and we've established a best practices council for nature connection. But I honestly have never done anything else than this. This is all I know how to do. It's all I know how to do. I can wash dishes, though, really very well, and I can cook. But aside from that, and I know how to compost, but I can't really do much else because my entire adult obsession has been to try to understand how to reconnect as efficiently and effectively human beings back to the natural world in the way that we're designed. So my major in college was natural history and anthropology, and that was what I was looking at. Nature and humans, you know. And I've not stopped since. So to this day, I go visit with the Kalahari Bushmen in Botswana and sit with people who are completely connected to nature at all ages, and I just marvel at them because keep thinking about how can I get more of what they've got into our modern experience. And it might seem really like an impossible task, but it isn't actually.